So, on this episode of Moments with Murph, we're going to talk about why social media makes it hard for, relationships, or why it's hard to have relationships in that sense. So, what is social media? We all know what it is, but we're going to have a dim moment, and that's DIM. And for those who don't know what dim is, that means we're going to have a define it Murph moment. It's between that and a defend it Murph moment. But today we're looking at definitions, so it is define it Murph moment. So let's look at the definition of social media. It is the killer, terminator of relationships, destroyers of friendships, and those who seek it. Wait, nope, wrong definition. Okay, it is the websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So, in my sense, or from what I just read, it would seem that social media should help, right? But it shouldn't be as destructive as it occurs, because like I know that we all, we know what social media is, we know how to use it, but I don't think some of us are using it as as positive as we should be, because we post everything and anything and whatever, and yeah. And the thing is, like, it's somebody's social media. They can do what they want. But the only issue is, like, when they begin to post stuff and put up things that kind of hinder others. You can say that kind of, like, mess up, friendship or relationships, whatever in the cause. And not so much that's where I have an issue, but that's kind of where it's not okay. Like, I hate seeing, like, couples blow up on, social media because of a fallout, or because something that was, like, very minor, everybody took it to something else, and then it just kind of blew up. So, to me, it's really three big problems that come to social media when it comes to relationships. So, let's look at big problem number one, and that is minding others' business. Some of y'all care too much about other people, and y'all enjoy drama too much. And I don't understand, where this comes from. Maybe we get it from NBC or CBS or Fox, maybe because those guys stir up some drama in the world. Then this is our instance of stirring it up within local people in the world, but with people that you normally, would engage with. So the issue is, like, with minding other people's business is that we do it too frequently. And I'm not gonna say we, because I honestly I don't even care about stuff. But some of y'all do. Like, I don't know if it, like, if y'all think y'all are doing something, or if it, makes it, y'all feel like y'all are Nancy Drew or Inspector Gadget. But it's no. Like, if y'all see an issue and that it might escalate, honestly, stay out of it. That's really my opinion. Like, it doesn't concern you. Now, sometimes, it'd be like, okay, it's my friend, it's my sis, it's my bro, I want to say something. But then sometimes it's kind of hard, too, because you might escalate a situation that's either already been pending, or that might not actually be a problem at all. And that's where a lot of us, have these little issues. Because the thing is, like, you can hear a little problem from, like, one of our friends or one of our colleagues or whatever, and somehow, people are already on site with screenshots. Like, how did you get these things? Like, some of y'all really do some great detective work, and I applaud it. I never noticed how good some of y'all are until we were at a track meet one time. And my friend, he was trying to figure out what another girl's name was who ran for the other team. And we didn't have no information besides what her last name and the school she went to. And then my other friend, she was like, okay, what's her name? Okay, what school she go to? What number? Okay, cool. I kid you not, in 30 seconds, she found the girl's Instagram, and I think her Facebook or her LinkedIn. I seen a blue profile, but I was just like, oh my goodness. I'm just like, how? Like, that's crazy. But that's a lot of people. Like, y'all can find information so easy, and it's crazy. Like y'all have like full police reports where it's just like y'all got names, numbers, incidents, occasions, who else was involved, where they say they were versus where they actually were, and y'all present this information to other people who may or may not have a problem. But the issue is y'all blow it way out of proportion. And even if the person didn't have a problem to begin with, now they do. Like, now you're escalating something that wasn't, really necessary. Especially like when y'all be like, oh my goodness, he posted a picture with a girl. While he has a girl, he's out here cheating. Well, it's like, hold on, that's his sister. Like, just because you haven't met her doesn't mean the girlfriend hasn't met her. But you minded somebody else's business, now you're trying to start an issue. And what if the girlfriend hadn't met the sister? Or maybe that was his half-sister. Now he has to go explain himself when it really wasn't nothing. Or where it's like, oh my gosh, I saw a picture of her with another dude saying, I love you. Where it's like, okay, that's her cousin that she grew up with. Why does it matter to you? Like, if you don't know facts, please don't go assume. Because that's really where y'all, ruin their relationships. And, oh my gosh, the worst ones, where it's like, where the chick be, they'll be like, oh my goodness, I see him post a comment on a girl's picture from 3 years ago. He's definitely cheating. Where it's like, hold on. All right, first off, why are you in some chick's profile pictures or whatever in their posts from 3 years ago and so happen to see her dude or whatever? And it's like, come on now. That's obviously one of your other accounts, because that account only has 60 followers and are following 200 people. Who are you fooling? Those are the ones who start issues and are trying too heavily, and they need a life. But the problem is, you guys mind other people's business and try to blow other situations up. And that honestly is what kills good relationships, in my opinion. The second big problem is y'all idolize other people as y'all goals. You should stop doing that. Because listen, if you don't have your own goals and you're trying to base it off of other people's, then you're probably going to follow those other lines. And a lot of y'all follow these celebrities like, oh my gosh, they're amazing, they're awesome, they're going to do this, that, and the other. And then they break up. And then you're hurt. And they're not your friends, so I don't understand why y'all be so, distraught. But y'all be so in depth and so hooked on their relationship that you're not focused on your relationship, and that's why I get upset. Because honestly, those who really prioritize someone else's or symbolizes, I'll use that word, symbolizes as what a good relationship is the reason why some of y'all fall into these bad patterns. Because y'all try to look for a dude or a female, and what one of these celebrities got, think y'all gonna get something great. And it doesn't really work out that way, because A, you're not the celebrity, and the person you're going after is not also a celebrity. Y'all don't have celebrity fame, y'all don't have celebrity money. And y'all know some of these celebrities do things just for, what's the word? Not for stunting, but for publicity. There we go. Because who doesn't like two big names getting together, making a stage? It sells. And it gets, real good sponsorship. And it gets real good attention. And then they break up. And that time period is just over. It's really a marketing scheme if y'all actually look at it. But, again, doesn't really concern you. And, just for examples, I remember it was a YouTube couple or whatever. Don't know who they are. Didn't really care about them. I remember people was telling me, they was like, oh my gosh, this dude who's YouTube, he's one half of a YouTube couple and they do everything together and they're just so in love, he was caught cheating. And I'm like, oh, that sucks for her. And I'm like, well, why would he mess up a good thing? And she's like, well, right, but that's not the point. They're everything. They're goals. If they're not going to work out, then I'm not going to work out. And I'm like, oh, you're one of them. That means that she was looking at their relationship as a great goal, and if they can't make it, then no one can make it. And I don't understand that. Again, y'all are not them. And the issue is, again, with that instance of social media, like somebody posted it and they spread like wildfire. That is an example of how social media kills stuff. Because like, what if it wasn't as bad as it may have seemed? Or I don't really look at the picture, but what if he really wasn't? He might just be giving her a hug. Who knows? Well, I guess they know, because everybody knows now. But that's an example of like social media blowing something up more than what it was. And take an example of, the Derek Jackson dude. Didn't know who he was, never even heard of him, until one of my friends was explaining to me about him, and I'm just like, who is this guy? I think she's talking about some athlete, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. No, never heard of him. But apparently some relationship coach, and he, cheated on his wife, and I guess multiple times. I don't know. She was telling me a story, and guess what? I didn't care, because from what I understood, he was not about to, help pay my tuition. He wasn't about to buy me a new car. He wasn't about to give me no relationship advice. So I'm like, why do I care? I don't know him, and you don't know him, and you don't know their relationship. So why are you in it? Like, it's moments like that where, again, people's like, oh my goodness, the relationship guru, this guy, he's giving all this advice. I should take his advice. He doesn't take his own advice. So why are you taking his advice? Now, I get some people do get some good advice on like relationship stuff, but again, you don't know what goes behind closed doors. So for you to symbolize somebody as, this ideal person, like if he doing it, this is how most men need to do it, and which some females, which makes it funny, was like, oh my gosh, you guys need to be just like him. He's doing yada yada yada. He's doing great things, and then he cheated on his wife, and now y'all kind of looking like, oh my goodness, y'all shouldn't be like him. But it's like, no. I should be like him. That's what you told me. That's what you try to beat into my head. And that's what social media told you to tell me, that I need to be a great man and follow that man. So I'm going to follow his steps. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but that's just how, again, people load up. And then even with Saweetie and Quavo, like, again, nobody knows their backstory besides the couple that's in it. But people see it on social media, they blow it up, they choose a side, then they dog other people for having an opinion. And I believe there's like an elevator video or whatever between them two. And everybody blew that up as soon as it hit the media. It blew up, comments flourished, they bashed Quavo. And I think somebody posted saying that video was over a year old. And I'm like, wow, so y'all are super, on Quavo's throat, jumping down his neck because of a video that y'all think just happened or more recently happened during a breakup, when it was over 365 days ago. Mind your business. Again, you shouldn't symbolize, these celebrities as what a good couple should do and what goals are, because you don't know what goes behind closed doors. Honestly. And then the third big problem is y'all don't mind your own business. Yes, we're still going back to the first one. Y'all mind other people's business. Like, some of y'all post everything. And I mean everything. Like, people know when y'all are together. People know when y'all are apart. People know when y'all are on break. Why? Because they check your bios, they check your photos, and those who are actually, trying to be, your new significant other, they're watching everything you do. You gotta pay attention to that. But they're watching everything you do to find where's that gray area for them to come talk to you or try to comfort you or steal you away from your old dude. And the other thing is, like, those who are paying attention, those are the ones that aren't your friends and really are like the people who gotta make fake accounts. They probably your enemy. They really don't like you. They're looking for that reason to go out you. Why? Because it's funny to them. Why? Because they get an amusement out of it and they can get other people on board to go clown you. Stop posting everything. And the thing is, too, which I don't have a real issue with, but it kind of makes sense, where people get mad because they not posted. Well, at least from the guy's standpoint, let it be. Because the less people that's in your business, the more time you get to work on your relationship. And if things don't work out, you can't blame anybody else. And if things go great, but as soon as you post, things start to teeter-totter, then you know what the issue was. You came, out in the open when you should have left it alone. That's why I tell people, I'm like, I'm probably going to be in a relationship for about 2 3 years before anybody knows. Why? Because it's not their business. So the thing is too, like, it's crazy how some of y'all know more about other people's relationships than y'all do about your own. Whereas like, oh, I don't know why he's not talking to me. I don't understand like what the issue is and where do we go wrong. But when a celebrity cheated on their wife, how many times they cheated on their wife, how many baby mamas they have, all of this stuff. But you don't know why your relationship isn't working. You don't know why he's not talking to you. He's not talking to you because you're worried about other things. You're about other people. You're about the wrong thing. That's the issue. And like dudes be like, oh my goodness, I don't know what she like, bro. I don't know what she getting into. But when this other girl is single. And when her old dude is. And when they're together, not together. There's no question why you don't know what she likes and what the issue is. Because you're not worried. You're not focused on her. And that's your problem. You need to get that fixed ASAP. Rocky. But, again, the big issue is that people, when it comes to relationships and social media, they don't pay attention to their own business. They also are too quick to, try to showcase a possible situation to other people. And just like that, it blows up. And a relationship that might not have honestly had a problem, now there is. And I can tell you that from experience. Whereas like me and somebody could have been good, but somebody else, they see a picture on Snapchat or Instagram, and that's just my friend, just my sis, may even be my cousin, but somebody else has to send it to my old significant other, and then there's an issue. Now I gotta explain something that isn't really nothing to explain about. And then what's funny is though, like when somebody confronts you and they're wrong, they want to have an attitude with you because they're wrong. I'm not going to say get rid of them, but you need to make a good tally chart, and you need to have like a level. Let's just say they get 10 times to keep doing this before you just leave them alone. And once they break that 10 times, do not break your promise to leave them. That's when you hit that second slash and them tally marks. You're like, all right, I'll catch you later. So what we're going to do for the future is we're going to leave our relationships off social media. We post good things, not bad things. If you're not in a relationship and you are a troll, leave others alone. That's so simple. Go find your own relationship. Also, again, everybody doesn't have to know what you're doing. And I'm going to leave that one short. And with our celebrities, do not idolize these people. You don't know what they go through behind, we're going to say, the camera. You don't know what happens behind scenes and closed doors, because again, you're not exactly on like their level. And again, a lot of stuff is just for publicity. That's how they keep growing their platforms. That's how they get you to buy into little stuff, and apparently it works. So I can't get mad at the celebrities. Keep doing what you're doing. But for us, do not let these people dictate to you what a relationship should look like. And I'm going to leave it at that.